Hi, welcome to all to the in this series, which is the Hall of Fame series. And today I have with me Amit Chakravarti. He's settled in Sydney with his wife and his 5-year-old daughter. He is into IT management, and in 7 months he lost. I think 7 months, right? You joined in March,
Yeah,
April, May, June, July, August, September, October. So in 7 months,
yeah.
Amit has lost 21 kgs. So a big congratulations to Amit, a huge achievement. And thank you, Amit, for being here with us. From here, I request Amit, I have given a very short introduction of Amit. Amit is a man of many other things as well. So I would request Amit to share a little bit about himself.
Yeah, thanks, Ruma. This has been great and awesome doing it impromptu. So I'm based in Sydney. Like I do the boring part in IT management part of it. Most professionals who do the day job there and get themselves up and energetic in that sense, right? To be able to keep that flow going. So I love reading. I love traveling, and I do a bit of writing as well in my spare time. So that's my hobbies in that
Wow.
sense. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. And as far as the program goes, right? So I joined in March, as Ruma had said. It was in the middle of the pandemic, right? And like everyone has been impacted by the pandemic, and so have I. And I really realized the need to get myself in a better space, right? Both physically as well as mentally. And being a first generation immigrant in a new country without much of a support system is always a challenge. And I'm sure a lot of us are in the same boat. And really, everything here is essentially self-service, right? So you have to do everything yourself. So that made that acknowledging that the change in the support system and how you want to be able to manage yourself and your family life as well as your professional life was a major driver for me to really look back and see to revisit the health aspect. I tried with yoga to start with for a few months, way back in, I think, January this year. And it was through a chance discussion with one of my very dear friends and pals here in Sydney that I got introduced to Navite and to Ruma. And it has been a very fulfilling journey since then. I really want to thank Ruma and Rebe and rest of the team. It's been really awesome.
Thank you so much, Amit, for sharing that. And Amit, I picked up that you have other talents as well. You like to write, which is wonderful. Wonderful to know
Yeah,
that, Amit. To have
yeah,
other passions in life, it really makes our life so fulfilling. And one of the things that I liked when you were talking about it, that it was not just about weight. You were actually looking for health benefits. You were looking for health gain. So it is not just about lose weight, but
yeah.
you were looking for much broader and yeah, a much broader goal. So which is great to hear, because I'm also not a person who is just weight oriented.
I know, I
and
know, I know. Yeah.
and we match in our value system and our philosophies as well. So great to have you, Amit. Now, Amit, you said that you have been with us since March. Tell us a little bit about and the pandemic and how our life was changing. That kind of initiated you into this journey. Before March, how was your life? Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, it was like I have always been like known in my family and in my with my parents and my extended family as well as being the lazy guy, right? So
Uh-huh.
I do a lot of things, mental stuff and doing stuff, but in terms of activities, I haven't been very fortunate in that sense, right? So I used to play cricket and football way back in school, and that seems like a number of years back. And since I moved into engineering and then MBA and then the job life, it has been like the activities have really gone down. So that's where I was, right, in that sense. So I was around like 103 kgs, 103.3 kgs to be precise, right, when I joined the program. So that's where I was at that point of time. It just feels like I have like shed a lot, given a lot back to the world in that sense. It just feels
Yes.
more lighter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely. No, and you're so right, Amit. We see this across, when we are younger, we are more active, we are playing at school and this and that. But when we move into a family life, when we move into having a job and other responsibilities, oftentimes our health goes in the back burner. Yeah, and you said lazy, but you have been you have you do not fit that definition anymore, Amit. You have conducted challenges for our Navitai family as well. You
Yeah.
do not fit into that. So tell us, what was the transformation that
Yeah.
happened, from somebody calling you lazy to now being so very active, Amit. What happened during this journey? Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, yeah, sure. I think the hardest part was to like convincing the mind, right? And I still remember my grandmother used to say, and I will say that in Bengali first, as in the native tongue. She used to say, "Shoriren naam mahashoy, ja shoana jay tai shoy." That basically translates to the body responds to whatever you have to offer, right? That's really where it is. So it was something that I needed to internalize, right, and be able to like have that honest conversation with myself that okay, this is where the challenge is, and it was all about crossing the chasm, right, and the body has unique ways to keep you honest, right, and you just have to listen to the signals in that sense. So if you listen to that signals and be able to apply yourself, that's really where the core is. So I think that's really where I focused on is to listen to the signals and act accordingly.
Wonderful. And you also had to talk to yourself a little bit. I understand,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Understanding
yes,
the
yes.
signals that your body is sending to you and talk to yourself a little bit that this is needed for me. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So having lost these 21 kgs, right? Having lost these 21 kgs, how do you feel, Amit?
I feel very light, very energetic, and I definitely also feel in a sense guilty of what I used to do to my body and life right in the past. I like feel like, okay, this is not what I should have been doing. So I feel very nice to be able to overcome that challenge. And now I know, and I think I'm in a place where I can also influence others in the group, and that's partly why I chose to be part of this video as well, and to be able to say it's not hard. I know it is hard, but it is not hard. You just have to listen to yourself, right? In the corporate world, we all keep listening to us. I mean, we all keep hearing this phrase, right? So to develop the listening skills and to be able to um, work with your stakeholders, your customers, and whatever that is. Your biggest stakeholder is actually yourself, right? So you need to be listening to that yourself. So that's where I would say, like in terms of overall stamina, sleep, sunlight as well, I would say is important. Strength as well, right? So all of those aspects. And I wasn't. I thought I knew what fitness was, but through this journey I learned so much more about fitness, right, and I can give some some inputs to others as well, in terms of at least in my close family as well. They are very amazed to see the transformations, and it's about like having that conversation with yourself and convincing yourself. That's really where it goes down to, right, and once you have that, it's easier.
Absolutely, absolutely. Amit, I also, you also mentioned that it is hard but not hard. And now that you have lost these 21 kgs, do you think it is hard to sustain this journey? Do you think you will be able to sustain this journey? What are your thoughts about it? How hard it is to sustain or how easy it is to sustain? Please tell us a little bit
Well,
more about that.
yeah, I think I have two fundamental challenges, and I think most of the people who would listen to the video would also relate to that. So first challenge is the time management, right? We all have competing priorities. I remember a conversation with Ruma a few weeks back when I asking her, like, can I sleep less than 7 hours and still be more energetic? Because again, 24 hours, like for everyone, seems less, right? And you want to get more done. So juggling your priorities and finding time for yourself and your body, I think is the biggest challenge, right? And the other part, which is very relevant for me, and I think a lot of people as well, is I have got sweet tooth, right? So I really love sweets. So I need to be able to be mindful of that. And I'll be honest, right? I wasn't 100% following the routine, right, all the time.
All right.
So I did indulge myself sometime, right? I had my cheat meals, but you know that goes back to that conversation with your body, and your body gives again your signals. What are you doing to yourself,
Right.
right? I mean,
Mhm.
and the other part is, even if you have to do it in a quantity that is not
Yes.
giving you more struggles later on, right? And you will see that the change in energy levels when you do that and when you don't do that. So that kind of thing, that kind of balance is always required. And I think to be able to sustain that,
Mhm.
having that knowledge now, I think it'll really help. I don't know what's in store for tomorrow, but I feel comfortable and confident that hopefully I'll be able to sustain this.
Yes, yes. No, that's a great that's a great thing, Amit, because one of the things that often people they struggle in other programs as well, that once they lose the weight, everything comes back on again. Because because some of those the knowledge that you have, Amit, many people do not have that knowledge, that it is easy to sustain. Once you understand what your hi.
Hi, I'm in a. I'll come back.
If she wants
Sorry.
to join you, it's okay, Amit. If she wants to join you, nothing like
It's okay. This is all very impromptu.
Yes, yes. No, absolutely. No, this is not a very formal meeting anyway, right? It
Yeah,
is it
yeah,
is about getting to know you and your journey through you. So yeah, the knowledge that you have, Amit, about how to sustain it, it is easy to sustain. Like you said, it is hard when the journey you were going through the journey. You have a sweet tooth to being a Bengali. I completely empathize with that point, because
yeah,
Bengalis, when they are born itself, they are born with Rasgulla and Mishti Doi as a part of the culture, and then to give it off, it is like a cultural shock, right? Because that's
yeah,
mental conditioning is very, very strong. And
yeah,
then to come over that, we have to and the rice and the sugar and the rasgulla and the mishti doi, to come over that, it's difficult. But being in a position where you are today, having that knowledge, that you will be able to sustain it also. How much of a moderation works for you. You have
yeah,
that knowledge. So
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah,
that's a
that's
great
true.
thing. Yeah. So Amit, tell us, you spoke about sweet tooth. Was there any other challenge that you had to overcome? Sleep was one that you said you wanted to sleep less, but I asked you not to sleep
Yeah,
less. Other
yeah.
than sleep and giving up sugar, time management, was there any other challenge that you faced through the program? And if you did, how did you overcome it and still achieve this level of success?
Yeah, I mean, I mean, like, I think, like you, especially on the workout stuff, right? I mean, at least on the cardios, I think I naturally transitioned into it. I didn't have too much of an issue there. I used to, as I said, I started doing some yoga a few months before that. So I was getting into that mode. So doing the cardios was less challenging. The workouts definitely was more challenging. And having that Navite community and the WhatsApp group really helped there, right? I mean, people sharing their videos and all of those motivational stuff and actual concrete information, right? There's no noise in there, right? It's all real people doing real things and sharing their experiences.
Mhm.
Those are the things that really help
Yeah.
keep pushing yourself. It's like one step at a time, right? I mean, there's no easy thing that you can do it in a week or 10 days. So you have to be again convince yourself that okay, it is a slow journey. I still remember the first time I participated in one of those challenges. I could hardly do 1 minute where people were doing 3 minutes, 4 minutes, even
Right.
6 minutes, whatever. But then I still made it a point to share that, okay, this is where I am right now. And when I go back 6 months later, and now I can go back there and say that, okay, this is where I was. And this is a point in time, and that's additional motivation. I mean, losing weight is one part, getting to a fitter self in another part, and then maintaining is a third and the most critical part, right? So if you have those data points and you see your journey together, you will be able to uh, convince yourself and keep yourself honest. That's where it is.
That's such a great point, Amit, because weight is not the only parameter or the data point, right?
Yeah.
The ability to do the exercises which we couldn't do before. That is
Yes.
also a huge. That also gives us a huge feeling of accomplishment.
Yeah.
Things I couldn't do before, but now I am able to do. That is huge. And I remember at the time, Amit, when you conducted the fitness challenge for us, and I
Yeah.
was the loser, and I'm so proud to be the loser because most of the members in our community are doing better than me, and there is no other satisfaction in the world for a coach when
Yeah.
the coaches are doing better than the coach. So this
Yeah.
is just amazing. This is just amazing.
It's all thanks to you, Ruma,
Thanks
and
to
your
you.
motivation.
Thanks to you, Amit.
And Rebe as well. Rebe is the
Oh, yes,
energetic soul of the group. She keeps
absolutely.
everyone going. So many
Yes.
thanks to her as well.
Yeah.
I'm sure she'll watch this video, and she
Oh,
was
she
telling me
will.
the other day she will.
And I'll
So,
make it a point to tell her that please do watch this part of the
yes.
interview with Amit.
Yes, definitely. She
Yes, yes.
deserves a
And
special mention.
yes, absolutely. She deserves that, and she's a very valuable member of our team as well. So, thank you
Yes.
so much for saying that, Amit. Amit, if you have to tell us one success mantra, your
Mm.
success mantra, what would that be? Your message to our community?
Well, listen to the signals is what I'll say, right? I mean, goes back to the theme of this interview. I think I've said it a few times in different ways, but listen to the signals that the body gives you. Body is like the difference between the body and mind is, right? In the mind, you think that you can do things. Body has its own cycle. It has its own cycle to recover. It's its own cycle. Like it's a machine in that sense, right? It goes about its cycle without asking you for instructions. That's how it is, right? So, and it will give you enough signals. So it's about being mindful of that signals, delve internally and just listen to it. And then I think that's the critical part. Once you are doing that, then rest of it, I think it's easier. So that's what I would say.
Wonderful, Amit. That is such an awesome message. Thank you so much. And congratulations once more, Amit, on this excellent feat. It is just amazing. And, I wish you more and more success. I know, Amit, you have other goals now that we are working on. Weight is not the
Yes.
only thing. We are working on other goals for you. And I wish to continue to work with you in your fitness journey. So thank you for giving the opportunity to Navitai, to work with you on your fitness journey. Thanks once again for making the time out for this interview and motivating our community members. Thanks, Amit.
All right.
And
Thank
wish you all
you.
the best.